Hey guys, welcome to this video. It's David here from the Gold Coast, and I'm super excited today to be talking to the amazing Kelly. Why am I talking to Kelly today? Well, Kelly is doing the great Australian dream, and that is not buying a house and being stuck in a mortgage for the rest of her life. In fact, she has just sold her house and she's just hooked up a new caravan, and she's going to be traveling around Australia, which is absolutely amazing. So before I introduce her, before she jumps out, I just want to introduce her a little bit. So Kelly and I actually only met through online stuff, and she's a teacher aide before. She might tell you a little bit about that. And she just wants to go and travel and see Australia with her kids, which is super, super amazing. And what I really love about what we do and, what we do within this whole space is we allow people to go after their dreams and do things that they didn't think they'd do before. So Kelly, thanks for joining me on this call today. I can see you sitting in your car. You got the van already down at the caravan park, which is super awesome. You're on the Gold Coast right now, is that right?
Yeah, yep. So we've lived remotely for over 12 years, a very tiny remote rural town out in central Queensland where there's only, 3 or 4 shops there. So we thought we'd kick off our holiday by coming to civilization and spending a week in civilization. So we thought, why not go all out and go to the Gold Coast and the theme parks and yeah.
Yeah, awesome stuff. And like you've been a teacher's aide, is that right? How long have you been doing that for?
So I worked at the school for 4 years, and it was our small community school in our little remote town. And while I was doing that, I was also studying my postgrad in teaching. So I had an environmental science degree, and then I tacked a postgrad in teaching on the end of that while I was a teacher aide at the school.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Awesome. And your hubby's been doing like mining work or farm work, is that right?
Earthworks. So yeah, drives all sorts of civil machinery, graders, excavators, dozers, scrapers. So, yeah, all of that sort of stuff. He was a supervisor in the civil earthworks field. And he was with his employer for over 12 years. So
wow. So there's something missing from you, Kelly, because whenever you talk about people that are traveling around Australia, they normally have lots of grey hair. They're normally, quite a bit older than you, and they've usually retired, and they're usually, living their old life. But here's you, don't tell us your age, but obviously you're a lot younger than the older people. I know you got a couple of kids there in the back, and probably the dog and everything. And so, you're not the first person, by the way. I'm seeing this all the time with people traveling around Australia. I see them on Instagram, I see them on Facebook, and they're all posting about their adventures, which is super amazing. So can you tell me, like, how did you find the online business space? Like, how did you go about doing that?
Yeah, so I just want to rewind a little bit with that too. Like Matt and I actually tried to travel Australia 17 years ago before we had kids, and we had a nest egg. We had some good savings in the bank, and the reason that we stopped is because we were watching our nest egg dwindle away, and it was really like quite a worry to us because we didn't want to come back from our travels with nothing, and so we stopped in Mackay, the land of opportunity. And we got jobs, and then we ended up, settling down, having a couple of children, and ended up out at Dysart and in that field where I was working at the school 5 days a week, then coming home, doing my postgrad. And what was happening was I was getting really, really burnt out. I was just stretched too thin, got to the point where I got shingles, and I realised, okay, that lifestyle for me wasn't going to be sustainable if I wanted to be available to my children as much as I was. Which actually wasn't enough for me. And so something had to give. And that was where I started to look for alternatives. And it actually just popped up in my newsfeed, the opportunity to learn a skill set to be able to create an income and in the online space. And so that was how I originally stepped into that field. Now we're about to travel Australia again. But this time we don't have the worry of having to chew up our nest egg because we have a steady income. So I've had a steady, consistent income from my online business now for 3.5 years. And so we're going to have a crack at it again this time, but we don't have the key issue that we had last time.
Awesome stuff. And when you first started online, just for people that might be watching this that are brand new, you didn't have a big following, is that right? Like you didn't have like thousands of people on Instagram and Facebook and all that sort of stuff. You weren't an influencer, were you?
No, I look, Dave, I was so green. Like I really started from zero. So I was a very private person. I think I had about 4 photos of myself in my phone. Like I hated taking selfies. I was always the one behind the camera avoiding the lens myself. I think I had about 200 people in my friends list, and they were only people that knew me quite well. My socials were all very private, and I knew nothing about creating wealth in the online space. It was not something that I'd ever even considered before. I'm a very outdoor sort of a person, very hands-on person, and to me, I thought that creating wealth online would mean that I would be sitting at a computer all day. And so it's never actually appealed to me. And that's because I had a misconception about what it actually was like. Yeah, so I really did start from ground zero. I was a blank canvas. But, I feel like that was kind of a blessing to me as well, because I was so open to just learning what I needed to do.
Absolutely awesome stuff. And so, I mean, I've already got FOMO because, like I've already hit 50 and I wanted to travel Australia myself and I wanted to be hooked up, but it hasn't happened just yet. But obviously that's still part of the dream. And so one of the good things about what you're going to be doing is that obviously in your travels, you're going to be taking pictures and videos and stuff like that. And then what we teach people is how to use that stuff to actually promote a lifestyle of exactly that, which means more people are interested. So, I mean, what we're really talking about is the freedom, the ultimate freedom lifestyle that people can do. And that's all possible because of the phone and because of the internet and because of social media. So, I just wanted to grab you on it because, there's lots of people that are looking right now. Lots of people are uncertain. There's that job insecurity. People are worried about what's going on in the world. And there's one thing that we can do, of course, and that is that we've all got our phones and we can all, like you said, it can be completely brand new, or maybe people have been online for a while and they've tried something else, but you have that ability to be able to work from anywhere. And of course, the key thing you said is education, right? Like you didn't know anything when you got started, right? And now you've had to learn all this stuff.
Yeah, and it doesn't need to be complex either. Like I made the assumption that because I'm not a techie person, and honestly, I'm still not a techie person, mainly because I don't have the patience for it. And so I made the assumption that it needed to be really techie as well. And it doesn't. Like the thing with learning a skill set to be able to create wealth online is, there's all different ways and strategies you can do it, and you can learn the really high tech stuff if that's what interests you. But if it's not, you can choose simple strategies and methods as well. And from day dot, I've stuck to very simple, very basic strategies. I've kept everything very basic, and it still works for me now as well as what it did in day one. And, through everything that's happened over the last couple of years, I've had this incredible consistency still in the growth and the expansion of my business. And so I think simple, can be really effective if that's how you want it to be as well.
Absolutely. Hey, Kelly, it's been awesome to talk to you. I'm going to let you go because I know you're probably chomping at the bit to get out there on those water slides and stuff at the theme parks with the kids. And like for people watching, the reason why I want to talk to Kelly is that she is the absolute perfect example of you can be a complete newbie, but as long as you've got that dream, that desire to want to change your life and you've got a vision, we have this vehicle for you. We have this training and education system. And so thanks so much, Kelly. And I just want to say, guys, if you're watching this now, the best thing to do is to go and comment on this video. If you're watching it on YouTube, Facebook, or Instagram, you can go to my website, which is www.yourtimefreedomlife.com. So you can go do that. You can send me a message, and I'd love to be able to show you and share with you exactly the same thing that Kelly's saying, what I'm doing, and how we're helping thousands of people around the world create that dream lifestyle. It doesn't happen overnight, but as Kelly's a testament to, it's taken her a few years, and now she's hitting the road. She's doing the dream. I got huge FOMO. Woohoo! I was at SeaWorld the other day, and I'm like, I want to go back again. And but you're about to do the big adventure around Australia, which is absolutely incredible. So thanks so much, Kelly, for being on this call. I love watching your videos. Looking forward to seeing that. You guys go and enjoy your freedom lifestyle, and let's hope we help more people do the same. So thanks so much.
Awesome. Thank you, Dave. See ya.
All right. See you guys. Ciao.